the other way. Cantone, Euro step left side, and she got the lay in for Tuskegee. Jumper, right corner. Boland's true for Tuskegee. Boland, running jumper, knocked it down. That's exactly what Tuskegee needs. Tuskegee, nice bounce pass at the block. Ripper there, and he finishes with the flush for Tuskegee. BA for three. Oh yeah! Pin over to Kevin Seasbury. Alley-oop at the block. Crawford again! Now up top Walker. Walker's free, fires a three, drains the three for Tuskegee.
And we are live here at Chappie James Arena on a Saturday afternoon for Golden Tigers basketball on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Glad you could join us for our coverage. SIAC action for you this afternoon as the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee get set to host the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Tuskegee at 3-4 on the season and 2-1 in SIAC play, coming off a win of the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State earlier this week. And the Panthers of Clark Atlanta, they come in at 3-4 and they are 1-1 in SIAC play. For the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, they have won the last 5 against the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. They'll try to see if they can't duplicate that effort here this afternoon against the Panther team that was the SIAC champs a year ago. So Coach Benchy Taylor and the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee hosting the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. And that's coming up next on GTSN.
Hello, Tuskegee fans. I'm Anthony Holloman, Commissioner of the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, and this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
And welcome back, everybody, inside the Booster Displays pregame show. As we roll on and get set for Golden Tiger basketball, we're joined by the head coach of the Golden Tigers, Benchy Taylor. Coach, thanks for joining us in our first pregame this year.
First pregame this year. It's always good to be at home.
Indeed.
Always good to be at home.
Hey, you're coming back home inside Chappie James after a win against the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State on the road in Frankfurt a few days ago.
Yeah.
Your thoughts about that win and what it means coming into Chappie tonight?
It was our first road win of the year. As you know, we played our first 4 games on the road, and we really had to get that one. They're a very explosive team, well-coached team, could really score the basketball. We did a good job defensively in the second half.
That carrying over into tonight's ball game against the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. They are the defending SIAC champs.
Yes.
What's it going to take for the Golden Tigers to come out on top here at Chappie this evening?
Well, we got to stick with who we are and what we do, and that's to attack them inside out on both ends of the floor. We just have to do a good job of taking care of the basketball. They're long, they're athletic, and we got to compete with them on the glass.
The win against the Thoroughbreds came with a slight cost to the Golden Tigers, who lost Rodney Walker with an ankle injury.
Right.
Any update on him, and who are you going to substitute for him tonight?
He really worked hard to get back, but we're going to hold him out today. Make sure there's no long-term effects of his injury the other night. It was a tough spill for him, but he worked hard to try to get back. He's not going to make it back, so it's going to be next man up. We're going to start DeAnthony at the point and Chip Julius Culpepper at the wing. All those guys have played a lot of minutes. DP has been our point guard, so we should be fine.
This ball game has significance because it certainly is a conference contest for both of you. What's going to be the early key for the Golden Tigers to let you know that things are on the right cylinder?
I'll know in the first couple of possessions if we're locked in on what we need to do. It won't take us long.
And we hope not before we get that victory.
I mean, we could be down 4-0. I don't really care about that. I just care about us doing the right thing. Last year here, we were down 6 or 8 in the first half, and we wound up, being up to 6 at halftime. So it's college basketball. It's a games of run. It's a games of runs, and we just got to make sure we take care of business.
We'll be looking for that business to go into the corner of the Golden Tigers with another win tonight.
We don't worry about the score, Charles. We just worry about how we play.
All right. Well, that dictates the score, right?
Well, sometimes it does. At the end of 40 minutes, if we play the right way, we'll be on the winning end of it. We just got to play the right way.
We hope that happens, and we'll talk to you after the ball game.
Looking forward to it.
Head coach Benchy Taylor, Golden Tigers getting set to meet the Panthers of Clark Atlanta right here in Chappie James. More basketball just ahead here on GTSN.
Education mean when you choose the top HBCU in Alabama? So one of the things that's been most valuable from my experience at Tuskegee is being able to face challenges head on. I can definitely say here I've learned how to be an advocate for myself, how to speak up, and how to present myself in ways that can help me get opportunities, that help me fix things that may not be right. And I think that's really just the best skill that I've learned here that I can take with me for the rest of my life.
Look forward to your bright future. Apply to Tuskegee University today. Tuskegee University's founder, Booker T. Washington, said, "Excellence is to do a common thing in an uncommon way." At many universities, big classes are common. Not at Tuskegee. We have small classes with a 14-to-1 average student-to-teacher ratio. This formula for excellence ensures individualized attention. You get to know your professors, and they get to know you well enough to recommend you for internships, research, graduate programs, and job opportunities. Small classes, big impact. It's all part of educational excellence at Tuskegee University. What does education mean when you choose the top HBCU in Alabama?
So one of the things that's been most valuable from my experience at Tuskegee is being able to face challenges head on. I can definitely say here I've learned how to be an advocate for myself, how to speak up, and how to present myself in ways that can help me get opportunities, that help me fix things that may not be right. And I think that's really just the best skill that I've learned here that I can take with me for the rest of my life.
Look forward to your bright future. Apply to Tuskegee University today. Tuskegee University's founder, Booker T. Washington, said, "Excellence is to do a common thing in an uncommon way." At many universities, big classes are common. Not at Tuskegee. We have small classes. It's all part of educational excellence at Tuskegee University.
Scoring at 15.4 points per ball game. He'll be joined in the backcourt by DeAnthony Pennington. Pennington will be asked to step up and take the point guard role tonight. We'll talk more about that in a second. DA on the season, 13.7 points per ball game, and leads the team in steals with 2.4. Chip Culpepper, the redshirt junior from Hoover, Alabama, gets to start in place of Rodney Walker, who was injured in the Thoroughbreds game a couple of days ago. Culpepper, 2.2 points per ball game. Kasami Draper in the lineup for Coach Taylor and the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Draper, the junior from Conyers, Georgia. Kasami at 14 points and 5.3 rebounds for the Golden Tigers. And the freshman Noah Goins at 3.9 points and 2.8 rebounds per outing for the Golden Tigers. So it's Seasbury, Goins, Pennington, Culpepper, and Draper, the starting five for head coach Benchy Taylor and the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Glad you could join us here on Saturday afternoon. Panthers make it out onto the floor first as you take a look at the Golden Tigers getting set to break the huddle and come out here before the home fans. Tuskegee 3-4 on the season, 2-1 in the SIAC. Panthers of Clark Atlanta 3-4 and 1-1 in SIAC play. Golden Tigers, after defeating the Thoroughbreds earlier this week, 76-61, hosting the Panthers of Clark Atlanta, who are fresh off a win over St. Leo, the Lions, in their last ball game. So it will be Draper set to jump for Tuskegee. And we're set to get things going here on GTSN. Taps controlled, and the Panthers will run it down in the backcourt. They will have it first. Just underway here. SIAC action. Half court set, and we come back the other way. Early turnover by the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Panthers on the season averaging 16.4 turnovers per ball game. So here's D.A. handling the basketball for Tuskegee now. Seasbury handles out front, left side. Now Draper trying to force it in there to D.A. at the sideline. It's batted out of bounds by Jalen Williams, the senior from Dallas, Texas. So Culpepper will inbound it for Tuskegee, pushes out front to Goins. Now across the floor to Pennington, D.A. working on Williams. Right side to the jumper shot is good by Pennington. Pennington, 23 points in the ball game against the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State earlier this week. Registers his first 2 here in the ball game against the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Martez Jones with it on the half-court set for Clark Atlanta. Now floater to the glass. That's nicely done by Desmond Perkins, the junior, to get his first points of the ball game, and the first 2 for Clark Atlanta. Tied at 2 each. Pennington, right side Culpepper. Double C handling it out front behind the arc. He'll get a screen from Draper. Culpepper slides left side underneath with the left hand, missed on the shot. A rebound cleared by Fuller and the Panthers. Left side Perkins, Euro step, taken away by Seasbury. Seasbury challenging Jones at the rack, and he got the lay-in. So Martez Jones will be guilty of the foul, and Kevin just went straight at him on the inside. And Jones picks up his first personal. Basket was good as you look at that. Went Creek Casino Montgomery fast break lay-in, and there Seasbury taking a hard fall there, but got the lay-in, and Kevin to the line for the Golden Tigers. Leads the team from the line at 71% shooting, got that one to fall. So Kevin with 3, coming off a 14.5 rebound outing against the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Desmond across the timeline now to Roderick Jones. Panthers with 2 Joneses on the floor, Roderick and Martez. Up top, this is Martez with it. Entry pass on the inside, threw it too deep for Fuller. And the turnover gives the basketball back to the Golden Tigers. Pennington in the backcourt for Tuskegee. Now Seasbury up top. Bounce pass inside Draper. Draper working on Fuller. Draper to the rack. Banked it home for Tuskegee inside. So Draper with his first 2 of the ball game. Hard push, foul line extended. Jumper there by Jones, and he finds the bottom for Clark Atlanta. His first field goal. Jones, a senior, 6.4 points per ball game, leads the team, or is tied for the team's leading assist player with 2.3 per ball game. Noah with it. Up top he goes to Seasbury, or Draper that is. Left side, here comes D.A. Bounce pass inside, had it bounced out of bounds off of the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. It'll stay with the Golden Tigers. Entry pass, Culpepper and double C finishes for Tuskegee on the inside. That's his first field goal of the contest. Chip starting the night instead of Rodney Walker. Turnover there by the Panthers. Here comes Seasbury. Kevin, Euro step right side to the glass. Can't finish. Goins trying to tap it in on the follow-up, but he is going to be guilty of the foul. Tuskegee with the early lead. Take a look at some of the action. As you see that entry play, just a straight lob-in pass to double C, and Culpepper able to finish there after the assist from D.A. So Tuskegee now with a 9-4 lead early in this first half of basketball. Under 17 minutes remaining. Right side on the push is Jones. Jones to the glass. He missed. Martez Jones got the rebound. They struggle for it on the inside. And a whistle there by Jackie Sanders. Good officiating crew for this SIAC ball game. Three of the best that I know: Jackie Sanders, Ken Chambliss, and Ken Washington. These guys have been around a while and they know how to control a basketball game. There, a foul called on the inside. Call it on Seasbury, and that was his first. Jumper out front, that was off the mark. DA, right side, slices, right hand, bank shot on the floater, missed on the hook shot, it wouldn't stay down. Travel violation called on the inside against Shamani Fuller for the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. And Pennington and the Golden Tigers will have it in a half-court set, leading 9-4. We're at 16:31 left, first half of play. Glad you could join us on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Draper with the entry pass, hard to the rack, left side, got to the rim, couldn't get it to stay in. Goins got a rebound, a freshman at the block. Noah banked it, but banked it on the side of the backboard. Basketball over to CAU now. Good effort by Noah Goins on the inside. And a whistle there on the penetration by Jalen Williams for the Panthers. They call that foul on Noah. And Noah's picked up his second personal here in this first half. And Coach Taylor, in his six-year campaign at Tuskegee, going to be forced to go to his bench now. And straightening the trousers, getting set to come in, Dylan Cambridge, the redshirt sophomore from Marietta, Georgia. First free throw from the line is good by Williams. Goins takes a seat, and Cambridge out. Second attempt there by Williams. Gets them both from the line. Full court pressure by the Panthers. Seasbury in the backcourt for Tuskegee. Now DA handles across the timeline. Seasbury in front of the Panther bench. Across the floor, Culpepper trying to get it inside to Draper. Draper squaring up on Jones. It's Draper versus Martez. Back to Seasbury. Seasbury for three. Back of the iron on that shot. And they tie it up on the inside. This was going to go against number 5. Jalen Williams wears number 5 for the Panthers. Dylan Cambridge wears number 5 for the Golden Tigers. I think it's going to go against the number 5 from Clark Atlanta, Williams. Come to our first media timeout here inside Chappie James Arena. 15:42 remains, first half of play. Tuskegee leads at 9-6 over the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. More basketball ahead on GTSN.
Tuskegee University's founder, Booker T. Washington, said, "Excellence is to do a common thing in an uncommon way." At many universities, big classes are common. Not at Tuskegee. We have small classes with a 14-to-1 average student-to-teacher ratio. This formula for excellence ensures individualized attention. You get to know your professors, and they get to know you well enough to recommend you for internships, research, graduate programs, and job opportunities. Small classes, big impact. It's all part of educational excellence at Tuskegee University.
Back live here inside Chappie James Arena. Golden Tigers of Tuskegee and the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. SIAC action. And the Golden Tigers with a 9-6 lead after the foul on Williams. Half-court set for TU. Culpepper, hard push left side in the corner. DA, head fakes, got some space, now pushes back Culpepper. Seasbury for three. Kevin with a good look, can't find the range though. Tapped around, basketball to the Panthers. Roderick Jones back down on the other end of the floor for CAU. Jones circles, bounce pass inside Martez. Martez asking for a foul. Got the lay-in for the Panthers. And that's his first field goal of the ball game. Martez leads them in scoring after transferring from Tuskegee into Clark Atlanta. 10.7 points per ball game for Martez. He's tied for first in scoring for the team. And he leads the team in rebounds at 7.2 rebounds per outing. If you are familiar with his time at Tuskegee, you know that was one of his calling cards, his ability to rebound on both ends of the floor. 9-8 after the point inside by Martez Jones. And Tuskegee with the lead and full court pressure by the Panthers as Seasbury handles in the backcourt. He'll come across the timeline left side now. Nice crowd coming in here to Chappie James, just kind of coming in a little late on Saturday afternoon. DA over to Seasbury. In the corner, Culpepper shot rejected in the corner there. Good block there by Samani Fuller for the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Austin Taylor out on the floor now for the Golden Tigers. He'll replace Culpepper in the lineup. Take a look at the replay on the defensive effort by Fuller for the Panthers. As you take a look at Jones first on that lay-in on the other end of the floor. As Taylor inbounds it back to live action. Draper working inside to the rack and a nice right-hand floater by Draper right there at the cylinder, and he got it to fall for Tuskegee. So he's got 4 first half of play. Dior Davis out on the floor now for the Panthers. They throw it away on the inside. Seasbury collects for Tuskegee. Kevin, quick step across the timeline now. In the corner, DA, head fake, jumping space there. DA missed on that shot. Rebound, Jones for Clark Atlanta. Challenging on the inside. Seasbury's going to commit the foul on Perkins, who was penetrating left side for Clark Atlanta. So Kevin's picked up his second personal with 14-12 remaining. And Coach Taylor getting set to go to the bench. Tyshawn Boyce set to come in. And so is Julian Watson, the junior from Baton Rouge. Perkins at the line shooting. Rimmer and spins that one good on the first attempt. So Watson out on the floor. His 5th appearance for Tuskegee. Just under a point per ball game for Julian. Rebound by Cambridge at the block on the missed free throw opportunity. Full court pressure. Taylor in the backcourt. Up in the 4 now to DA. Pennington left side. Has to push it back out. Got it back out to Watson. Almost got a 3-second violation there. Left side now. Pennington trying to slide through the defense of Williams. Floater to the glass. Pennington missed on the shot. Taylor collects at the block. Boyce across the floor. DA head fake. 3-point look by Pennington. Oh, yeah. DA just lets the defense fly by, and he knocks down a Vibes Restaurant 3-point basket for Tuskegee. Beautiful work by Pennington out front. Half court set now for the Panthers. At the block they go. They work it down there to Xavier Griffith. Griffith shot rejected inside by Cambridge. That's a Yellowwood block shot there by Cambridge and Tuskegee. Pennington at the rack, pushes back. Watson resets now. At the block, Boyce, right-hand floater, good by Boyce inside the paint. Tyshawn with the right-hand shot inside. And the Golden Tigers open up their lead against the Panthers 16-9. Davis, top of the key now to Griffith. On a weave, this is Williams. Lost it momentarily, now it's loose on the floor. Taylor runs it down, 3-on-1. Boyce traveled with the basketball right side. Tuskegee had the numbers there, trying to do some damage on a Wind Creek Casino Montgomery fast break lay-in. But Boyce got a little bit ahead of himself there, running down the floor. So the basketball back over to the Panthers. Pace starting to quicken here inside Chappie James Arena. 12:45 remains in this first half of play. Across the timeline, Williams now. Up top to Griffith. Now behind the arc is Fuller. Trying to get at the block at Griffith. He's there on Cambridge to the rack, and he'll get a shot that falls and a whistle inside. So the basket will count for Fuller. And Dillon picks up his first personal for Clark for the Panthers of the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee after the foul on the inside. Ozell Jackson set to check in for Coach Alfred Jordan and the Panthers of CAU. And at the line for Clark Atlanta, it'll be Shamani Fuller, the senior. And a correction, it was Griffith on the inside that was fouled, and he got the lay in. So he's got 3 in this first half of play. Watson, left side to Pennington. DA working off of a screen right side. Slides left, pushes in the corner. Julian surveys. Taylor back across the floor to DA. 10 to shoot now for the Golden Tigers. Boyce in the corner. He'll attack the right rack at the left block, and a whistle there on his penetration at the baseline. Tyshawn knew that clock was running down, and he drew a foul down low on Shamani Fuller. So Fuller's picked up his first. They ruled that Tyshawn was not in the process of shooting. Trey Crawford set to come in now for Coach Taylor, as Tyshawn will go to the Tuskegee bench. Entry pass to Draper. Draper pushes it back up top. Tuskegee got a fresh 20 after the foul. Taylor back to DA. Now they're down to 10 to shoot. DA off of a screen, right side, got some space. Pennington, front of the iron on that rainbow shot. Rebound cleared by Ozell Jackson, the senior. He will run it up the floor now to Dior Davis. 11:35 left in a quick moving first half of play. Tuskegee by 4. 16-12. At the block, Taylor took it away from Jackson. Up the floor, Pennington. DA gonna wrap it right side. Had a good look, it wouldn't stay. Just a little bit too much rotation on that flip lay-in. Out front with the basketball, Dior Davis, the junior from New York. Out front, Kasami almost with a steal from Fuller. Instead, it's Davis out front. 9 to shoot for the Panthers now. Bouncing is Jackson against Watson. They double. Now on the three-point offering, that's on the front of the iron, shot by Davis. Tuskegee back with the basketball, leading by 4. Pennington had it tapped from behind and taken away. Now Clark Atlanta, half court set. We're down to 10:35 remaining first half. Jackson lost this dribble. Now in the corner, Griffith. He'll work through the paint. Outside, Fuller with a three-point effort. Long shot is off the mark, and Draper chases down that long rebound for Tuskegee. Watson out front. Tuskegee looking to get a basket here this trip down the floor. Up top, Crawford pushes Watson. Bounce pass, Draper. Head fake. Kasami challenges now underneath the defense. Shot partially deflected. Kasami got the rebound, and back to DA. Pennington for 3. Spinner off the mark, but Crawford there with the spin on the follow-up. That's an Alabama power point in the paint there for Trey Crawford coming off the bench. His first field goal of the ball game. Jackson in a half-court set now for CAU. 18-12. Golden Tigers with the lead. 9:30 remains first half of play. And Mari Little, the redshirt junior, fires from out front. Creased the rim and out of bounds on his three-point effort. Crowd lets him hear that. A little bit of air inside the building. 9:20 remains first half of play. Timeout on the floor. Tuskegee leads at 18-12 over the defending SIAC champs, the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. More Tuskegee basketball after this timeout.
Hey, future business leader. Launch your success story at one of the nation's premier HBCUs. Learn cutting-edge practices and feed your entrepreneurial spirit. Tuskegee University. We get the business of business education. Home, where you hang out with friends, do homework, relax, explore, where you can be yourself. Come home to Tuskegee University. Get the education that changes lives, including your own.
Back live here inside Chappie James Arena. Tuskegee after the timeout with the basketball. Watson across the floor now to Seasbury. So it's Watson, Seasbury, Draper, Crawford, and Culpepper out on the floor now for the Golden Tigers. 14 to shoot. Julian works it back top of the key. Left side Seasbury, 10 to shoot. At the block, Draper now. Draper working on Fuller. Kasami to the rack, and he drew a foul inside. Big bodies tangling on the inside there. They call this foul on Martez Jones. That's his second. Take a look at the action on the inside. Draper always draws a crowd. They triple him up on the inside there. And they got Martez Jones for his second personal. So Draper to the line for the Golden Tigers to shoot. Kasami, 53% from the free throw line. Missed on that first free throw. Golden Tigers overall from the charity stripe at 57%. Came in at 100 made on 174 attempts. Draper, one of two from the line that trip. Extends the lead to 19-12 for the Golden Tigers. TU jumps into full court pressure now as Perkins comes across the timeline for CAU. We go to 8:43 remaining. First half of play. Jones trying to bounce pass it inside the Griffith. Draper squares defensively. 10 to shoot for the Panthers. Behind the arc, three-point shot by Roderick Jones, and he rattles that triple good. 4 o'clock in Atlanta. So that's his first three-point field goal of the ball game. He's hits 6 on the season from behind the arc for Clark Atlanta. Watson in a half-court set now for TU. We're approaching 8 minutes remaining. Now 8 to shoot. Julian way out front, trying to get somebody screening at the wing. Culpepper, 4 to shoot. Julian now, he'll have to hurry. Left side, got it airborne. Line drive, hit the back of the cylinder, but the rebound comes clear to Double C. And Tuskegee with another look. Julian out front. Draper trying to set a screen. Seasbury with the basketball right side instead. Seasbury hard to the rack, lost it off of his right arm. And out of bounds, basketball over to Clark Atlanta. Shot clock was running down there for the Golden Tigers. Seasbury with the turnover. And that takes us to a media timeout here inside Chappie James. 7:37 remains first half. Tuskegee with a 19-15 lead over Clark Atlanta. More Golden Tigers basketball on GTSN after we take a break here.
Hello, Tuskegee fans. I'm Anthony Holloman, Commissioner of the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, and this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Shiante Wester, head women's basketball coach, and this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Are you looking for education that leads to career success and something more? We are Tuskegee University, one of the nation's top-ranked HBCUs. We believe in education to fulfill your purpose. Here, you work hard because you dream harder. By pursuing your purpose, you will make a difference. Are you ready for something big? Let's get started.
Back live inside Chappie James. Golden Tigers basketball on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Panthers with the basketball after the timeout. Jones handles right side. He hit a three-pointer his last trip down the floor for CAU. He works it out front. Now Griffith in the corner. He'll shoot a three from there. Back of the iron on that attempt, but the rebound at the block by Perkins. And Perkins got the follow-up shot for Clark Atlanta. He's got 4 in this first half of play. And the Golden Tiger lead now down to a field goal. Pennington back out on the floor now. Panthers jump into a zone defense. Down in the corner, Culpepper at the block now. Draper on Griffith, pushes back to Pennington. Pennington hard push right side. Across the floor, Chip. Now pass Jones, jumper there by Culpepper. Missed on the shot. Crawford tapped it, but tapped it right over to Jalen Williams and Clark Atlanta. Jones again for 3. Banked that one, but missed the cylinder. Came over to Pennington on the other side of the backboard. Crawford pops out for the basketball. Now Seasbury surveys, slides it down at the block. Draper. Draper on Jones, playing with 2. Up top, Crawford. Trey for 3. Counted as 3 for Crawford. Another Vibes Restaurant 3-point basket. This one by Trey Crawford. Crawford got the look. Put it down for Tuskegee. 22-17 after the 3-pointer. We approach 6:05 remaining first half. Half-court set now for CAU. Jones drops back, fires a 3, creased that one. Rebound to Culpepper, up the floor to Seasbury. 1-on-2 basketball. Kevin, undaunted by that, to the glass, banks it home right side. Nice work with the body there by Kevin to protect that basketball. Wind Creek Montgomery fast break lay in for Seasbury. And the Golden Tigers extend their lead to 24-17. Whistles at the block. Draper and former teammate Martez Jones tangle it up down at the block. And they're going to get Kasami for the foul. And no, they call that on Culpepper. So team Culpepper picks up his first. I thought the action was between Draper and Jones at the block. Crawford off the floor as Noah Goins makes it back out with 5:31 remaining. On the inbound pass, Williams in traffic, spins it with the left hand, got it to the cylinder and finishes for the Panthers with Clark Atlanta. Half-court set for Seasbury, across the floor DA. 5:14 remains first half. Basketball turned over by the Golden Tigers and over to Clark Atlanta. 24-19 remaining in this first half of play. Across the timeline with it is Dior Davis. Bounce pass across the floor now to Perkins. Doubled out front by Tuskegee. In the corner, jump shot there by Ozell Jackson. Top of the cylinder, Jones got the rebound and put back for the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Martez just so quick on his feet to just react and jump right after a missed shot. Cambridge out on the floor. He's fouled from behind by Jalen Williams in a half-court set. So Williams picked up his second. Tuskegee with a 24-21 lead. Take a look at the athletics director here at Tuskegee, Reginald Ruffin, showing a little bit of concern there. Nick Brown and President Dr. Mark Brown, all those gentlemen right here watching some Saturday afternoon basketball here inside Chappie James. Across the floor now, Seasbury with the basketball. They try to dump it down low. And it's tapped out of bounds or either a foul against the Panthers. Jackie Sanders says it's a foul that took place inside. They call that on, they got that on Martez Jones. That was his second there. Coach Taylor there indicating to play once in a half-court set. Christopher Whitmore Jr. out on the floor now. And the entry pass to Boyce. Tyshawn Boyce back out as well. Seasbury bounces it at the block, Draper. And Draper, Griffin riding over the back of him, and they get him for the foul. Instead, it's Ozell Jackson that's guilty of that foul on the inside. So that'll send Draper to the line for Tuskegee to shoot. 24-21. Tuskegee with the lead. Draper missed on the front end of the 1-and-1 there. Rebound to the Panthers with Clark Atlanta. The lead is 3 for Tuskegee. Davis out front for the Panthers. Works it to Griffin. Now on the turn with the basketball is Little. 11 to shoot now for Clark Atlanta. Out front, Jackson lost his dribble. Now they've got 5 to get it airborne. Little works it right side and going back the other way. Only the screen out front there. They call a foul on Griffith, his first. See President Brown right next there to Athletics Director Reginald Ruffin. President Brown in his first year as president of Tuskegee. Got a timeout on the floor. And Tuskegee with a 24-21 lead, 3:49 remaining first half. You see a lot of the athletic staff from Tuskegee in that last shot. They had Deputy Director Deborah Rogers in that shot. Nick Brown, operations manager, here on Saturday. We even seen Paul Carney leaning back talking to him. Paul is the PA person here for Tuskegee, longtime PA with football and basketball. So that's some of the brain trust here at Tuskegee in terms of athletics operations. And right now, the team, the Golden Tigers, leading it by 3 against the Panthers of Clark, Atlanta, 24-21. Glad you could join us for our coverage on GTSN. Charles Ward here with the play-by-play story, joined by a cast of production professionals. Eric Tabor, Phil Proctor, Malachi Ards, and Nadir Bakari, our camera crew, and our tech team with the coverage here on GTSN. So after the timeout, basketball will belong to the Golden Tigers. In the backcourt, Whitmore, the sophomore, to inbound it, does so to D.A. Pennington, facing a Panther press, goes across the floor to Seasbury. Pennington slides to his left in the corner. Seasbury had some space, thought about the 3, puts it on the floor instead. Now 12 to shoot for the Golden Tigers. Whitmore in the corner to Seasbury, 8 to shoot. Kevin on the move to the glass, challenge, but had the shot blocked on the inside. Basketball over to the Panthers now with 3:18 remaining in the first half. Pass to Griffith out front, he's doubled. Now top of the key. Spinning to his right is Jackson, missed on the shot. Fought for the rebound, comes clear to Griffith down low. He and Boyce tie it up. And the foul is going to be called on the inside against Boyce. So Tyshawn picks up his first as he and Griffith roughhouse it down there at the block. And Coach Taylor, as usual, giving the officials all that they can handle. He tries to keep them on their A game. 3-point lead for the Golden Tigers. Xavier Griffith, the senior from Athens, Alabama, at the line shooting for Clark, Atlanta. 7 of 8 from the free throw line for him coming into today's play. Got the first free throw. Trey Crawford back out for Coach Taylor and Tuskegee. Boyce takes a seat. So Griffith for the second of 2, spins that one good as well. 1-point lead for the Golden Tigers, full court pressure by Clark, Atlanta. D.A. comes across the timeline for Tuskegee. Bounce pass inside, dangerous pass, and threw it away. Trying to bounce it inside the Draper. Panthers too quick for that. Left side all the way at the block. Head fake, whistles there. Contact, travel violation there at the block by Dior Davis. Good defensive work down low there by Christopher Whitmore. I should say Christopher Whitmore Jr. His father is a couple of seats seated down from our right here inside Panther Chappie James Center. Pennington half-court set, left side to D.A. 2:30 remains first half. Across the floor, Whitmore. D.A. for 3. Spinner won't stay. Had a good look at that one. Comes out of the cylinder, though. Basketball to the Panthers half-court set. On the move inside is Little. Left side with the lay-in. Shot it too hard. Seasbury on the push now. It's Kevin, left side all the way through. Too deep underneath. Basketball's loose. Pennington runs it down. Left side, Whitmore for 3. Christopher, back of the iron. Awfully good look for him. Couldn't get it to fall, though. And the lead remains 1 for Tuskegee with under 2 minutes remaining. Left side, Griffith with the basketball. Now up top, Jackson working on Draper all the way at the block. Now leaning in, trying to get space. Basketball ripped away by Draper on the inside. And a jump ball call, and the arrow will favor the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. with 1:41 remaining in the first half. Evan Howell out on the floor now for Coach Vinci Taylor. He'll replace Draper. Does not want to get Draper with a careless foul here near the end of this first half. Tuskegee leading it by 1. Full court pressure by CAU. Pennington back over to Seasbury and Cavan across the timeline. 20 to shoot now for Tuskegee. Left side, Seasbury. Kevin surveys Crawford with a screen. Now back out, Culpepper had it blocked, trying to get it inside to Crawford. 9 to shoot for Tuskegee. Draper coming back into this offensive set, and Coach Taylor coaching that particular moment on the floor. Had Howell in there for defensive purposes, but now that Tuskegee gets the basketball back, got Draper out there for offensive reasons. 5 to shoot now on the turn. Seasbury, he'll try to get in closer. Leaning jumper to the glass, banked it, but he missed. Crawford had a hand on it, but he stumbled. Basketball over to Davis. Slides it left side at the rack, and the lay-in there by Perkins. Injured Panther down on the other end of the floor. Perkins finished on the lay-in for Clark Atlanta. He's got 6. But a Panther down under the Tuskegee basket. Action was on the other end of the floor. Didn't catch that in terms of what happened on the transition. But the lead now belongs to the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. So Coach Taylor taking the opportunity to talk to his team. Just 62 seconds left in this first half of play. Take a look at this action on the end of the floor as Pennington was trying to work it to Seasbury. Time almost off of the clock, but there on the inside, you see Seasbury. I think some contact was made there with Odell Jackson down underneath that Powell. And Jackson took a headshot there. And then as a result, he is down on the other end of the court. And Tuskegee trainer Marcus Jeter going to take a look at that situation, see if he can offer some assistance. They should take one final look at it there on the inside. Yes, some body contact there. And I think it was Crawford may have raked him across the face with an elbow. And still down is Jackson. We'll take a break here and step out and get things restarted after they continue to attend to Jackson. This is Golden Tigers basketball on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Are you looking for education that leads to career success and something more? We are Tuskegee University, one of the nation's top-ranked HBCUs. We believe in education to fulfill your purpose. Here, you work hard because you dream harder. By pursuing your purpose, you will make a difference. Are you ready for something big? Let's get started.
Tuskegee University's founder, Booker T. Washington, said, "Excellence is to do a common thing in an uncommon way." At many universities, big classes are common. Not at Tuskegee. We have small classes with a 14-to-1 average student-to-teacher ratio. This formula for excellence ensures individualized attention. You get to know your professors, and they get to know you well enough to recommend you for internships, research, graduate programs, and job opportunities. Small classes, big impact. It's all part of educational excellence at Tuskegee University.
I think he stumbled. And here he comes. falling with. Yeah. After the altercation on the other end of the floor, the officials came over to take a look at that play. They were trying to determine if there was some kind of foul that took place. And Jackie Sanders, the lead official for this crew, said they looked at it and everything was basketball action. At the end of that, you could see Trey Crawford coming across the face of Jackson with an elbow, but he was simply falling back toward the court when he did that. So that's an unintentional scenario there. No foul called, and the basketball belongs to the Golden Tigers with under a minute remaining. Seasbury right side now for TU. Pennington in the corner up top, had it batted, and the Panthers take it away. DA trying to get that play reset at the top of the key and threw the basketball away. Panthers with it now with less than a minute remaining. They lead by 1 point. On the weave with the basketball is Davis. Davis, jumper at the foul line. On the cylinder, he missed. Culpepper runs that down for TU. Chip with no numbers there. He'll have to pull it back. 25 left in this first half. Tuskegee trailing by a point. Trying to see if they can't run this one down and get the shot off before the buzzer to end the first half with a lead. Kevin, hard push right side. 13. Pennington behind the arc now, 10 to shoot. Pennington trying to go one-on-one. Floater to the glass, missed on the shot. Rebound to the Panthers. They won't get it off before the buzzer. And that is how this first half comes to an end. Golden Tigers had a look down there on that last play in a half-court set. But Pennington penetrating right side, not able to get it to the cylinder and get the field goal attempt. So we played the first half here inside Chappie James. And at the end of the first half, it's the Panthers of Clark Atlanta leading it 25-24 over the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Will step out when we come back at the halftime. We'll be joined by a very special guest for Tuskegee, Charlotte Hopkins, the Atlanta Tuskegee Alumni Club president. And we'll be talking to her at the break. Stay with us. This is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee didn't start off as a big campus. It started off in a small shack in the back of a church. The focus was always to build the community up. We share in a culture together that it's kind of hard to explain. You gotta live it, you gotta enjoy it. It's the HBCU experience. It's nothing short than beautiful. So my name is Dia Hunter. I am an assistant professor of construction management here at Tuskegee. The students make the institution special. You're gonna deal with students that are brilliant, students who have a mind for construction. They bring diverse backgrounds, diverse ways of life. I love sharing this with students. I love giving them the tools that they need in order to be great at it.
Just because we're at HBCU doesn't mean our education is different. Don't get me wrong, we have different values and traditions and culture and things like that. So we're gonna have different outlooks, different understandings on things, and that makes for a better company is diverse minds. I am Kaylin Parham, a graduating senior construction science and management major, hailing from the Rocket City, Huntsville, Alabama. And to be a part of Tuskegee University's construction science and management program is to be a part of history. In this field, I'm underrepresented. I'm a Black woman, so obviously it's not going to be a lot of people like me, and that's okay because we're still working for diversity. But the part that I would like to see more is the inclusion part. So yes, you have a Black girl here and an Asian guy there, but do they feel comfortable in this environment? Do they feel like they're actually a part of the team? Let's start with HBCUs and coming here and getting to know our students and our programs. You'll see that not only are we coming with the knowledge that you need us to have, but we also have some different perspectives you might not have.
We have to give back. Everybody counts or nobody counts. And that's got to be part of leadership. By Procore taking the lead on this scholarship program and partnering with AGC as a Grand Slam home run. Well, I'm Bob Bowen, chairman and founder of Bowen Engineering. We can make a real difference in our industry, in our community, in our society. We're a better place to go than Tuskegee or the other HBCUs.
The Lifting the Veil of Ignorance statue represents Booker T. Washington telling all the slaves what they can be in the world. Today, I think the Lifting the Veil statue represents what we're showing the world. Hey, we got great students that can produce great work in all disciplines. HBCUs produce top students. My name is Dr. Shauna L. Rogers. I'm associate professor at Tuskegee University. Right now, diversity is what we need in this country. Specifically construction, we're running out of workers. The more that we are open to diversity, the more we're open to giving these students chances, it'll make everything better. Hey, we're here. It's 11 HBCUs that offer construction science, construction management. All 11 have great students. All 11 are well prepared. You just got to give.
And welcome back, everybody. We're live at a halftime of the ball game between the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee and the Panthers of Clark, Atlanta. Special guest joining us at this halftime, and we're honored to have her as a part of our coverage this afternoon. Charlotte Hopkins, the 1985 grad of Tuskegee University. She is also president of the Atlanta Tuskegee Alumni Club. And Charlotte, we thank you so much for joining us at halftime.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you here. First of all, we want to just thank you and the alumni chapter out of Atlanta for just being such a strong supporter of the Golden Tigers Sports Network and our effort to cover Golden Tigers athletics. You all have been tremendous, and we're just hoping that that kind of attitude continues to spread amongst the chapters across the country.
I think so. We have 4 chapters here in Metro Atlanta. We all work together and we push together. So we appreciate everything you do as well.
You're an alum of Tuskegee. We talked about the year that you graduated. Reflect a little bit about your experience as a student at Tuskegee. What's so unique about that experience at TU?
I tell you, it is the feeling of family. I came to Tuskegee at 18 in 1981. And in addition to strong academics, the feeling of family, they're friends that I have that we met freshman year in 1981, and 40 years we are still close knit. We come to homecoming, we feel it's important, but we also feel it's important that we support Tuskegee and allow other students to feel the same thing. So it's a feeling of family, it's a feeling of belonging. Most of us have gone out into either owning our own businesses or into the corporate arena where, you have all kinds of people. There's nothing like that Tuskegee spirit. And especially when you work with people who've gone to UGA or Harvard or Princeton or wherever, they don't understand what it means to us to come back to homecoming.
Well, I know you were there at homecoming this year and always there annually for that. We appreciate you doing that and your support of athletics continually. As a part of the leader of the Atlanta chapter, talk a little bit about some of the engagements that you all have. And you talked about trying to make a path available for students to potentially come to Tuskegee. I know you all have some annual events that you put on to ensure that that path continues to stay open.
We do. We have the annual back to school barbecue that's gone on for over 20 years. And it has progressed, from giving students linen and sheets and towels and things like that about 15 years ago to now giving them gift cards. We do have an endowed scholarship that is a retention scholarship. It is close to over $1 million now. And it has, over the years, allowed us to give over $30,000 in scholarships for at least the past 5 years. That was the vision of, Mr. Holman Edmonds and, so many others to start that endowed scholarship back in the 70s, and it has grown. We also do a book scholarship for incoming freshmen where we give them $300 every year for books. In fact, with the events that just happened during homecoming, the shooting, we have worked with students and reached out to students that came to the back to school barbecue over 2-3 years ago, just to make sure that they're okay. So we continue to check on them. We do spring jazz brunch, which supports the endowed scholarship. We do open house. We do local college fairs at a lot of the schools here in Metro Atlanta, just to tell them about Tuskegee. And these are things we do with all three, with the other four, with the other three clubs in the area as well.
I want to dial in on the open house because we just had that in October of this football season, and talk about the number of students that you impacted there by being able to bring them down to the campus for just that peek look inside of Tuskegee.
Well, of course, they loved it. We took parents and students. We actually took 2 buses this year, 255-passenger buses, and we broke them up into groups. They did everything from the college tour, and the day ends with they meet with advisors, financial aid, housing. They take a good look at the campus, which, our campus is huge. That's a lot of walking. And they end the day up with the game. We usually leave after halftime so that they get a chance to see all aspects of college life. They get to eat in the cafeteria. So that was interesting. And they have a really good time. And it's as much fun for the students and the parents as it is for alum, because we get a chance to show off our campus.
Yeah, I know you weren't there as a part of the group that brought them down, but you had a couple of members of the club that were there. We talked to one of them at halftime, and she was just ecstatic about the number of kids that they had from the Metro Atlanta area coming down, and it's such a wonderful boost for the school overall. So congratulations for the work you all do all year long with Jazz Fest and the open house and everything else in terms of contributing to Tuskegee. Well, one of the things we wanted to talk to you about today, and glad you're on, because your club is creating kind of a unique initiative as it relates to something that was just announced with the Tuskegee basketball team on All-Star Weekend. They're going to be out there playing Morehouse in the HBCU Classic during All-Star Weekend at the Oakland Arena during the All-Star Weekend of February 15th. And you are just doing something very special here in terms of championing and challenging your chapter to have members come on and be a part of that by supporting and going out to support the team out west. Talk a little bit about that engagement and then kind of what that means for you all as a chapter. And I know what it speaks to in terms of your commitment to ongoing to Tuskegee, but it's just a unique effort on behalf of that chapter in Atlanta.
You are so right when you say unique, because of course it caught everyone by surprise and has been a huge undertaking for all of us. But Cheryl Hawkins and Felita Hood are the chairpersons of the athletic committee, and all season long they have put in have coordinated bus trips to follow the team. We did one in New Orleans, and we did the Classic in Columbus and the first game. So when this came about, it surprised us all, but those two felt like they could do it and they coordinated it. So they are working with Brock Tours. We do have had enough to go ahead and secure travel and hotels. It is still open. They have room for about 15 more, and it's done through Brock Tours and Travel. They can contact me for the information, or they can contact Brock Tours directly. Sandra Duncan, the number is 770-987-9374, or they can contact ATAC directly. But it's exciting. They have a weekend of events. They have hotel, nonstop coach. They have a trip to Oakland Arena. They're going to go to Fisherman's Wharf that weekend. So they have a whole schedule of events in addition to attending the game. They will fly out Friday afternoon and fly back Sunday. So it's going to be a great weekend. This is something we've never done before, but I guess this is Tuskegee's first time too at the NBA playoffs. So this is going to be new and a great package they put together for everyone.
I know that your focus is on the metro area with the various chapters there. And we talked a little bit about some of your linkage with some of the other chapters in the Southeast, but take this opportunity to use this as a challenge to other chapters across the country for them to go out west and support Tuskegee basketball.
We do. We want them to support Tuskegee basketball. I challenge them all. Now, of course, Metro Atlanta is a hub, so it's easier to get a flight out of Atlanta. But I think the clubs in Houston, the clubs in California, the clubs all over can get flights to go out and support our team, because again, this is something that's never happened before. We don't know if we'll get the invite again, but yes, we challenge everyone to go out there and support it. And it's February 14th through the 16th. So I think this will be a great Valentine's weekend for someone as well.
You just hit the nail on the head, Charlotte, with that in terms of another reason to be out there out west as a part of that whole venture with Tuskegee. Charlotte Hopkins, Atlanta Tuskegee Alumni Club president, taking some time here with us at the intermission of the basketball game. Charlotte, thanks so much for what you do. And we just look forward to continuing working with you throughout the athletic season.
Thank you. TU.
Charlotte, do you know?
There you go.
And our coverage continues on GTSN after this timeout.
All right.
Wonderful, Charlotte. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
We are back live inside Chappie James, getting set for second half action. Golden Tigers of Tuskegee trailing the Panthers of Clark Atlanta 24-25 at this point. Panthers of Clark Atlanta 9 of 22 shooting, 1 of 8 from behind the line, and 6 of 7 from the free throw line. For the Golden Tigers, 10 of 32 shooting, or 31%, 2 of 10 from behind the arc, and 2 of 4 from the free throw line. And for the Golden Tigers, 4 players with 5 points in the first half. Draper, Seasbury, Pennington, and Crawford, each with 5 in that first half of play. Panthers led by Desmond Perkins. He had 9 points to lead all scorers in the second half of play. Set to begin second half action. SIAC contest between the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee and the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Tuskegee led by as many as 7 points in that first half. And the Panthers right at the end would claim a 1-point lead going into the intermission. Points off turnovers, even at 7 each. And points inside the paint. Clark Atlanta with 12, Tuskegee with 14. Second chance points, Tuskegee with 7, Clark Atlanta 4. Fast break points even at 5 each. And bench scoring 5 for Clark Atlanta, 7 for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Set to begin second half action. They'll inbound the basketball just in front of our scorers table here as we get set to resume play. Clark Atlanta will have it first to get us started in the final 20 minutes of the contest. On a weave, CAU with the basketball. Perkins, the leading scorer in the first half. Handles up top. Now they go down at the block. Jones. Jones trying to fight underneath the defense. Good convergence down low by the Golden Tigers. And the official is going to give the basketball to the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee on a Yellowwood block at the baseline by a collective of players for Tuskegee. They'll have the basketball. Panthers jump out in full court pressure to start this second half on their first possession, of the Golden Tigers do on their half court set. Pennington out front now. DA works it left side to Kevin. In the corner, Draper. 13 to shoot as Goins handles out front. Now 10 to shoot. Pennington guarded by Williams. Culpepper slides it at the block. Noah, the freshman, working at the block. Got it to Draper. Draper to the glass, and Kasami banks it home after an assist from Noah Goins. An Alabama power point in the paint there for Tuskegee. So Draper now, 7 in his first half. It's in his basketball game overall. Behind the arc, they work it. Perkins trying to get it down low in traffic. Tuskegee took it away. DA trying to lead a 2-on-2 break. Bounce pass right side. Draper all the way through. Draper with the flush for Tuskegee. That's an Alabama power point in the paint there the hard way. Draper took it all the way to the rack and finished with the flush. Assist to Pennington. Take away by DA. One-on-one now. Pennington over to Goins. Noah to the glass. Can't finish. Tap on the cylinder. Tapped around. They get another look. Tuskegee does. Draper saved it in the corner. Culpepper. Double C. Bingo for Culpepper and Tuskegee. Culpepper does damage. His first three-pointer of the ball game. He's got 5. Tuskegee coming out blazing after the timeout or halftime. 31-25. Half-court set for the Panthers. They bounce it out front, and they almost throw it away. Diving to the floor is going for Tuskegee. And the players tied up there, wrestling for that basketball near the mid-stripe. Noah Coyne coming up, fired up for Tuskegee. Arrow gives the basketball to TU. Nothing wrong with that transaction there. Fuller going at it full throat. Goings as well. Tuskegee will have it. Culpepper, other side of the floor. It's been all Tuskegee at the start of the second half with 17:53 remaining in the basketball game. Culpepper and Alfred Jordan just kind of jawing it up, talking a little bit there before the entry pass. Lighthearted. Seasbury now behind the arc. Draper in the corner. Pushes back Pennington. Goins at the block. Head fake Draper. Draper's fouled at the base. Down low, Carney Kane, the senior, trying to contest down at the block over the back of Draper. And Kane guilty of the foul. Non-shooting foul for TU, but Kane will pick up his first. Coach Jordan said that he would be playing. Kane coming off an injury, but said that we would see him in the ball game. We've seen him here at the start of the second half. DA slides all the way through. Seasbury, Kevin for 3. Front of the iron there. Draper, backside rebound though. He'll go hard to the rack right side. Bank missed on the spinner, and it's loose. Panthers come away with it. Williams pushes left side. Culpepper trying to get in front of him, and Chip commits the foul for Tuskegee. So Culpepper with his second personal. That's a non-shooting foul there for Clark Atlanta. 17-18 remains in the basketball game. President Brown looking on. He has to be enjoying these last couple of minutes with the spurt by the Golden Tigers. Left side, Goins almost with a steal there. Out front with the basketball, Roderick Jones. He taps it on the floor, just kind of dribbled it over there towards Perkins. Perkins able to pick it up. 13 to shoot for him. Behind the arc, slides left side, foul line extended, jumper, banked it from the front. Wow. I don't know how you do that one, but he banked it and got it in. He's got 11 in this basketball game. Tuskegee leading it 31-27. Pennington slides right side, got some space, jumper, missed on the shot. Goins down low, and Noah pushing off from the back, and they'll get him for the foul down low. That's Noah's third. He'll have to depart this basketball game as Dior Davis, the junior from New York, reports back for Alfred Jordan and the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Alfred from the New York area. There's some heavy recruiting up in that area for the Clark Atlanta program. And Dior Davis, one of the players on their roster from New York, so is Ozell Jackson. This is Davis across the timeline for Tuskegee. Left side, Fuller. Out front, Kane. Now across the floor, whistles, and back the other way. Down inside the paint. Foul was called on the inside. Kyrie Kane picks up his second personal since coming into the ball game for Coach Jordan. And Tuskegee will have it side out. Pennington in the backcourt right now being wrapped around the waist by Dior Davis. See Coach Jordan talking to Jackie Sanders, head official for this basketball game. Pennington in the backcourt now. As Dior Davis, tight defense for CAU. Left side, Draper. Crawford back out on the floor. He had 5 in the first half. Slide pass to Draper at the block. All the way underneath, Draper. Right hand missed on the shot, tapped it. Culpepper tried to tap it. Pennington taps it. Seasbury saves it over to Crawford. Tuskegee another look. Draper at the block. This time he finishes. They worked it, and they worked it, and they got it. Down at the block. Tuskegee, 3 looks at it. Draper able to finish it for the Golden Tigers. And this place is just going crazy here inside Chappie James. Fans fired up, teams fired up. 15:50 remains in the basketball game. Tuskegee claims the lead after the intermission. They lead it at the break here, 33-27.
This is Benji Taylor, head basketball coach for Tuskegee University, and you are watching the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Hey, future business leader. Launch your success story at one of the nation's premier HBCUs. Learn cutting-edge practices and feed your entrepreneurial spirit. Tuskegee University. We get the business of business education.
Back live inside Chappie James, just behind our broadcast spot here at the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Students here at Tuskegee. A lot to cheer about here the last couple of minutes of this basketball game. Panthers of Clark, Atlanta. Only 2 points after the intermission. As we take a look at that last play here, as Draper able to finish up there for Tuskegee in a half-court set. Crawford shoveling over there, and Draper to the rack and got a lay-in. And a lot of action went on before you see that finish there. Tuskegee with a good half-court set there to get that basket. They worked hard to get it. They lead it 33-27. After the timeout, Panthers in the backcourt. They'll face full-court pressure by the Golden Tigers. Williams trapped at the sideline. Got it up top to Davis. Davis slides right side to Perkins. Culpepper got him defensively. At the block, they work it down low to Fuller. Down in the corner now, long-range jumper, air ball there by King. Tuskegee back the other way. Here comes Seasbury with the basketball. Pennington up to Draper. Now Crawford on a weave at the block, Draper. Draper one-on-one with Fuller. Kasami doubled now, pushes back to Seasbury. Kevin with 10 to shoot. Out Culpepper, double C for 3. Oh yeah! Chip Culpepper, second three-pointer by him in this second half. He's got 8 in the basketball game. Now back-to-back three-pointers by Culpepper. The lead is 36-27 now, largest lead of the ball game for the Golden Tigers. On the turn, Fuller works it across to Davis now. Tuskegee in that zone defense. Now Kane has it. 8 to shoot. Davis tries to slide in the two defenders, bounced it right over to Draper. Tuskegee with the basketball, and it trickles out of bounds off of the hands of Dior Davis, and Tuskegee will have it. The hustle just incredible by the Golden Tigers at this point. Heard Coach Taylor talk about it in the pregame. He said that he didn't really have to see a couple of minutes of basketball unfold to see exactly where his team was in terms of their rhythm for this contest. As we've gotten into this second half, boy, they have hit their rhythm here. They lead it 36-27. Only 1 field goal for the Panthers in this second half of play with almost 5 minutes gone on it. About 5:30 gone in it. Pennington across the timeline now, works it left side to Draper. Crawford pops out. Now DA surveys. Slides to Draper. Draper double teamed there at the free throw line. Working on Martez Jones now. 5 to shoot. In the corner. Seasbury for 3. Bingo and a whistle. They got it all there. Seasbury waving it off. They're going to say that no count on the basket. Seasbury with a kick on that to nullify the three-pointer in the corner. Take a look at it here. They work the basketball around the horn. Seasbury on the other end of the floor. They say he kicked as he got ready to release that basketball. Draper there working at the block. And as he pushes out in the corner, Seasbury extended that right leg, and they wave off the three-pointer as a result. My, oh, my. Out front, Jones pops out with it for Clark Atlanta. No, Davis in the corner, gives it back over to Fuller. 9 to shoot for the Panthers. They are rattled to no end at this point. They try to dump it down low and throw the basketball away. Draper got it, up the floor to DA. Pennington backpedals on Davis. Pennington tripped up on the right side penetration. 13:28 remaining. They pick up Davis for that foul. That's his first. Davis will depart the basketball game as Roderick Jones, a senior, back out for Coach Alfred Jordan. Culpepper will inbound it just to the left of the Tuskegee bench. He's hit back-to-back three-pointers for Tuskegee. Austin Taylor set to come in now. He'll replace Pennington in the lineup. So it's Taylor, Culpepper, Crawford, Draper, and Seasbury out on the floor now for TU. Crawford pops out to get the basketball. Left side, Taylor. Trying to get it inside to Draper if they can. Martez Jones guarding there defensively, and they throw the basketball away. Up the floor to Fuller. Fuller challenged at the block by Culpepper. Culpepper able to get that block at the baseline. The basketball off of the Golden Tigers. But how about Chip Culpepper and the Yellowwood block shot? Take a look at this. Transition, and here comes double C. Oh! Got it all. All ball. Yellowwood block shot there by Culpepper running the floor. That's the result of extra hustle there. Perkins to inbound it. Immediately a three-point shot, and that one sank in the corner by Lamare Little. Only their second field goal of this second half. That one was a three-pointer. Tuskegee lead is up to 6. Draper pops out for the basketball. Now Taylor backpedals. Across the floor to Seasbury. 10 to shoot now for TU. Kevin on the move, right side to the glass. It stays down. Crawford follows. And Crawford got the Alabama power point in the paint. Went over the defense and got the flush. Crawford. Big basket by him. Floater to the rack, off the mark by Perkins. Tuskegee wanted to travel. Instead, it's Little for 3. Air ball there. They'll get the air ball and the basket there. Take a look at this action on the floor for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee in this half-court set. Seasbury left it on the cylinder, and Crawford steps in and pushes it through for Tuskegee. Follow that play well. Tuskegee builds its lead to 38-30 after the work in the half-court set. And the Alabama power point in the paint. Full court pressure now by the Panthers. Seasbury back over to Austin Taylor in the backcourt. We're down to 12:05 remaining in the basketball game. Zone defense now for the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. They're trying to slow things up a bit there. Anticipating a steal just in front of our table as Roderick Jones knocked it out of bounds. With 9 seconds left, Tuskegee will have that to shoot, but we'll have a media timeout before that. 38-30, Tuskegee leads the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. My, oh my. To take a look at the Panthers, the Golden Tigers headed to their bench. This play on the outside here. Anticipated steal there, almost taken away by Jones, but the basketball will stay with the Golden Tigers when we return.
Are you looking for education that leads to career success and something more? We are Tuskegee University, one of the nation's top-ranked HBCUs. We believe in education to fulfill your purpose. Here, you work hard because you dream harder. By pursuing your purpose, you will make a difference. Are you ready for something big? Let's get started.
Two gentlemen with a lot to talk about at this point. President Mark Brown and AD Reginald Ruffin. Golden Tigers with a 38-30 lead with 11:55 remaining in the basketball game. Culpepper will inbound it for Tuskegee. They'll have 9 to shoot. He'll inbound it in the backcourt. Seasbury set to receive the pass. So it's Culpepper, Seasbury, Taylor, Boyce, and Crawford out on the floor now for Coach Taylor. Kevin, right side. Got it off before the buzzer. Missed on the shot, though. Shot clock violation just in front of the Golden Tiger bench, far side of the floor. They only had 9 to start with in that sequence and able to try to get it airborne before, but not able to do it before it expires. Half-court set now. Fuller with the basketball. Trying to work it down low. Got it there to Martez Jones. Jones give back on the inside. Shot to the glass. That's nicely done on the inside there by Fuller. So Fuller got that basket. Tuskegee's lead 38-32. We're down 11-15 in the basketball game. Seasbury across the floor now. Culpepper. Entry pass. Boyce turns. Jumper. Missed on the shot. Had a good look on the turn. Tyshawn just too hard on the shot. Half-court set now for Clark Atlanta. They'll work it left side. Fuller runs into a double team. Now back to Jones. Jumper in the corner. That one off the mark. And Boyce got the rebound, and he is just muscled there by Martez Jones. Jones had an arm wrapped underneath the arm of Tyshawn Boyce and just was not going to let that go. Looks like he may have gotten more than that as he caught Boyce in the face as well. Take a look at it down at the block. They tie it up. And you see that left arm of Martez Jones as he tries to get the basketball with the right hand and comes away saying, "Who, me?" And it was. So that's the third personal on Martez. His debut return back to Tuskegee. Not as all as built up to be at this point. Half court across the floor. Here comes Pennington. Back to Taylor. Taylor on the move. Pushes to DA behind the arc. Pennington for 3. That one's off the mark. Rebound swiped away and cleared by Perkins and CAU. Whistles. Half court set. Dylan Cambridge. He ties it up down low. But they'll call a foul on Austin Taylor instead. So he's picked up his first. And it'll be left of the cylinder for the Panthers to inbound it with 10:22 remaining. Griffith with it, pushes it out front. Now down at the left block on the turn is Fuller. Guarded by Draper. Jumper off the mark. Culpepper got it. Good defensive work by Chip to block out and get that rebound. Tuskegee by 6 with 10:05 remaining now. Left side, Pennington. DA top of the key. Taylor in the corner. Cambridge bounce pass. Draper threw it too deep. Turnover to the Panthers. Back the other way to the rack. Left that shot on the cylinder, did Jones. Here comes DA. 3-on-2. Pennington, right side. Cambridge, head fake to the rack. Got it to finish for Tuskegee. Dillon with his first field goal. That's a big one. Tuskegee back up by 8 now with 9:35 remaining. Jones across the timeline now for Clark Atlanta. Little handles. On the right side, it's the senior Roger Jones. At the block, they go to Fuller. 8 to shoot. Draper pulls out defensively for Tuskegee. Now 5 to shoot. They work it back inside Griffith. Griffith pushes back out front. They get a shot clock violation. One too many passes there for the Panthers. Tuskegee's defense just incredible on that half-court set. Golden Tigers, phenomenal work there. Take a look at the replay here. Here's his half-court set to push right side at the block. Cambridge, beautiful head fake. And the Alabama power point in the paint there for Dylan Cambridge for Tuskegee. DA now, we're under 10 minutes left in the basketball game. Handles out front. Tuskegee with a basket here and claim a 10-point lead. At the block they go to Draper. Draper pushes inside, back out Seasbury. Back to Draper, left side. Kevin Culpepper, another three-pointer, whistle this time. And on the inside, they call it on Noah Goins. So Goins back out on the floor, but he quickly commits his fourth personal and has to depart the basketball game just as quickly as he got in there. So the basketball back to the Panthers now. Golden Tigers with a 40-32 lead. Little, the redshirt junior from Chester, PA, handles across the timeline for Coach Jordan and Clark Atlanta. On the weave, Jalen Williams handles. Griffith down in the corner. Crawford catching up with him defensively. Griffith still holding the basketball. Now 10 to shoot for the Panthers. They push it across the floor. Williams with a three-point shot. Off the mark. Crawford mistimed his jump. And the rebound went inside the Perkins, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line. Trey had great position down low for the Golden Tigers as he commits that foul down low. Some of it out of frustration because he had a clear rebound there, but just mistimed his jump. Pennington toward the Golden Tiger bench. Julian Watson will take Culpepper's place in the lineup. Pennington, I believe he's still out on the floor for the Golden Tigers. So it's Pennington, Watson, Draper, Seasbury, and Crawford at the line. Free throw's good. Both of them made there at the free throw line by Perkins. Half court set, Panthers full court pressure. Watson across the timeline for TU now. 8:10 left in the ball game. Tuskegee up by 6. Pennington surveys. 7 to shoot. Watson pushes in the corner. Seasbury 4 to shoot. Now Watson got some time, got it airborne, and stuck it between the rim and the cylinder. So 7:51 remains. Media time out here inside Chappie James Arena. Tuskegee with a 40-34 lead over the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Step out and take a break. Back with more basketball ahead on GTSN.
Are you looking for education that leads to career success and something more? We are Tuskegee University, one of the nation's top-ranked HBCUs. We believe in education to fulfill your purpose. Here, you work hard because you dream harder. By pursuing your purpose, you will make a difference. Are you ready for something big? Let's get started.
Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. The mascot and the cheerleaders down at the baseline. Team back out onto the floor. Tuskegee, conference action against the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Trying to run their conference mark to 3-1 if they can hang on here with 7:51 remaining. Our Little to inbound it. Williams will pick it up, come across the timeline, whistles as Pennington and Perkins tie it out in the front court. They'll get Pennington for the foul for Tuskegee. And DA's first personal in the ball game. So at the line, it'll be Perkins. And he runs and misses that first half of a 1-and-1. Crawford got the rebound for Tuskegee. Watson now facing full court pressure. Right side, Pennington. Oh, Seasbury bounce past Crawford. Dangerous one. They got it back up. Watson. Julian for three. Missed on the shot right side. Rebound to Fuller. And Little now handles in the half-court set. Perkins on the move with the basketball right side. Now Fuller at the block. Lead behind. Jumper in the corner. Off the mark. Crawford tapped it around, and it came clear to Draper and Tuskegee. Good block out by Trey at the block. DA half-court set now. Under 7 minutes remaining. Seasbury facing that Tuskegee or that Panther zone defense. Pace is slowed as a result. Pennington with 13 to shoot. He'll work it left side. Nice lead behind Draper. Draper had a tap on his way to the rack. Good recognition there by the captain, D.A. Pennington. Drew that defense. A nice little soft bounce pass to Draper inside the paint to lead him to the rack. Griffith guilty of the foul. Draper to the line as you take a look at the heads he played. Now watch D.A. there. Nice slide pass leading the player right to the cylinder when he saw that defense drawing his way. Draper at the line. And he missed on the first of two. 6:44 remains. Martez Jones back out on the floor for the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. He's playing with three. Draper missed on the first free throw. Missed on the second one as well, and the rebound comes clear to Jalen Williams and Clark Atlanta. Roderick Jones handles across the timeline for CAU. Whistles, and a foul called on the inside. Crawford guilty of a foul on the inside for Tuskegee. That's his second. Fuller at the line to shoot for Clark Atlanta. Women's action for you tomorrow on GTSN. We're in Atlanta, where the Golden Tigers will meet the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta. We'll have that coverage for you, audio only from Clark Atlanta. Basketball game starting at 12 noon time tomorrow. Second free throw is off the mark. Fuller went 1 of 1 there from that free throw attempt. And the Tuskegee lead is down to 5. Watson, left side, Draper. He's doubled out there. Crawford across the floor to Julian. Julian trying to work it inside. Going to Pennington instead. 12 to shoot now for Tuskegee. Across the floor to Watson. Entry pass, Draper, and a whistle down low. I think they're going to get... they'll call Jalen Williams for that personal. Could have gone against Williams or Martez Jones. Jones playing with the 3. Williams just picked up his third. So Tuskegee left of the cylinder, Pennington to inbound it. Pushes out front to Watson. Now across the floor, D.A. handles again. Pennington, head fake, bounce past Draper. Draper can't take advantage of it, tried to toss it across the floor and threw it out of bounds. So the turnover gives the basketball back to Clark Atlanta with 5:57 remaining. Williams and the Panthers. Down at the block, Jones is free for an easy flush down low for Clark Atlanta. Martez with his 6th point of the ball game, and the lead is down to 3 now for Tuskegee. Up top, Watson. 5:30 remaining. Tuskegee needs a spark here offensively. Pennington, Seasbury trying to spark it. Bingo! Right on target, Seasbury. His first 3-pointer. That's exactly what Tuskegee needed there. 43-37 after the Vibes Restaurant 3-point basket by Kevin Seasbury. Just a thing of beauty coming off of that look at the top there on the roll around. See him backside, raises and drains for Tuskegee. Kevin with the back pedal, smiling as he knocked it down. 43-37, Golden Tigers lead. We'll take a break here on GTSN.
Hey, future business leader. Launch your success story at one of the nation's premier HBCUs. Learn cutting-edge practices and feed your entrepreneurial spirit. Tuskegee University. We get the business of business education.
Back live here inside Chappie James, 5:21 remaining in the basketball game. Tuskegee with a 43-27 lead over the Panthers of Clark, Atlanta. SIAC action this afternoon. Glad you could join us for our coverage of Tuskegee basketball. Men back in action next week, and guess where we are in action from? U.S. Virgin Islands. Play starting on the 13th. In the U.S. Virgin Island Classic, meet Clinton College, the Golden Bears out of Clinton College in first round play of the Virgin Island Classic. Yeah, we'll try to get in a little bit of basketball while we're down there. Half court set now for the Panthers of Clark, Atlanta. Williams works it top of the key. We approach 5 minutes left. Down in the corner, jumper there, line drives off the mark, rebound tapped around, Panthers caught it, Tuskegee comes away with it. Culpepper finally clears for TU. DA in the front court now, 4:51 remaining. Left side, Draper away from the basket. Back up top to Crawford, right side Pennington. Pennington slides it down at the block, Draper being pushed out there by Martez Jones. And finally, the contact draws a whistle. That was probably the third bump there on the inside by Jones on Draper. So Jones picks up his fourth. Take a look at the replay of that action between the two of them. Martez trying to fight Draper off at the block. Draper there. That was 1, 2, 3, 4. Finally got one of them called, and Draper to the line. So Martez with 4, he will depart now with 4:37 left. Coach Jordan trying to save him the last couple of minutes. Draper from the free throw line, missed on the shot. If there's any Achilles heel for Tuskegee at this point, it's their performance at the free throw line. Half court set now for the Panthers. Whistles. And a foul call there on Seasbury out front. So Kevin's picked up his third. And at the line for the Panthers is Xavier Griffith. Some of the fans here. SIAC staff on hand here. Jamonte, External Communications Director, taking in some basketball action here on the road in Tuskegee. SIAC office, of course, based out of Atlanta. And at the line, Griffith hits his first free throw. And while we're at it, I want to extend congratulations and well wishes to Jordan Benson and Kelly Benson now as they're getting married today. And Jordan, Sports Information Director here at Tuskegee University. Not here today as they celebrate their wedding day on this Saturday in December. We wish them the very best life together. Half court set for Tuskegee now. We're down to 4 minutes left. Pennington hard push left side to the glass, leans back, and Pennington uses his body well to get to space and got the point in the paint for Tuskegee. 45-39, less than 4 minutes remains. Jones out front. Trying to work off of a screen by Griffith. Got past Seasbury, floater to the rack, and they got the lay-in left side by Perkins. They were trying to set that up for a dunk, but they got the lay-in. 45-41, Tuskegee leading, 3:29 left now. TA works it in the corner. Seasbury drew the defense there. Zone defense by Clark Atlanta. Bounce pass in the corner. Culpepper Has to pull it back out. Now he'll work it at the block. Try to lead behind and threw it away. Back the other way comes Williams to the rack, and he got the lay-in. And Coach Jones obviously going to take a timeout after that one. Culpepper trying to lead that down on the inside and just led Draper. He was anticipating Draper coming toward the basket on the attempted lay-in, but just not able. Draper was pulling away from the basket. And as you look at it down here on his half-court set, just right at the end there, the miscue there is Culpepper tied up in that corner, and watch him on the move there, anticipating that Draper was going to be coming inside the paint, but Draper was sliding more toward the baseline, and the result is a lay-in on the other side of the floor for the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. So things have tightened up a bit here inside Chappie James. It's a 45-43 lead for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee over the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Tuskegee in this series with Clark Atlanta dating back to 2010. These teams have played a lot longer than that in terms of their history. But since the advent of the sidearm platform in terms of tracking teams' histories, this is as far back as the series goes with the sidearm coverage of both teams for that amount of time, 2010 to December of 2023 last year. Tuskegee in that amount of time with an 11-5 lead in terms of the games over the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Tuskegee won their first meeting at Chappie James in 2010, and right now the Golden Tigers on a 5-game win streak against the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Their last loss to CAU was in November of 2017, and they lost that ball game here at Chappie, but a good, solid record by the Golden Tigers in that span between 2010 and 2023, hoping to keep that streak alive to make it 6 in a row. But they've got a little bit of work to do. They lead it 45-43 with 3:07 remaining. Pennington in the backcourt now for Tuskegee. And he will come across the timeline now with Williams guarding him. Left side, Seasbury. Draper trying to set a screen. Kevin jumped out front of a foul call. Call the foul on Xavier Griffith. That's his third. And that'll put Seasbury at the line as Kevin's trying to fight around up top to get some space. And you watch Griffith jump out there after the attempted screen by Draper. And Griffith got that arm out there, the left arm, impeding Kevin. So Seasbury at the line, the team's leading free throw shooter. And Kevin hits the first. Seasbury with an even 10 in the ball game, misses on the second free throw. Tuskegee lead is 3 now, 46-43. Roderick Jones handles for CAU in a half-court set. We're down to 2:40 remaining. Williams, back to Griffith. Senior from Dallas, Texas with 8 to shoot now. He'll work off of a screen, whistles, and Draper going to be guilty of a foul, trying to fight through that screen out front. And that'll send Griffith to the line for the Panthers. Draper's picked up his first personal of the ball game with 2:24 remaining. And Griffith to the line to shoot. Tuskegee trying to protect that 3-point lead as Griffith spins the first free throw good for Clark Atlanta. Griffith, a senior from Athens, Alabama. 88% free throw shooter for the Panthers. Got the first here to cut the Tuskegee lead to 2. Now got them both from the line. Full court pressure now. Seasbury in the backcourt. Basketball stays with Tuskegee. We're at 2:22 remaining. Tuskegee's largest lead got it up to 10 points briefly. Tuskegee now. Crawford pushes it back to Culpepper. Culpepper lost it off of his right leg. Timeout taken by Coach Jordan and the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. And the Golden Tigers with some trouble handling that press by the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Crawford trying to get rid of it early. Gave it to Culpepper, and Chip dribbled it off his right leg. 2:18 remains in the ball game. Take a look at that half-court action in the backcourt. You see Crawford trying to give it right back to Culpepper. Culpepper trying to catch it off of his right thigh. Not able to do so, and then tying up Fuller on the inside. Fuller got the worst of the contact. Took a shot to the jaw. 46-45. Tuskegee still leading it. So they will go on defense now, as Perkins gets set to inbound, and on the student side here inside of Chappie James, getting an earful as he pushes it inbounds. Jones out front, works it over to Griffith. Entry pass, doubled up there. Tuskegee almost took it away. Griffith has to fire from way out front, and he's fouled on a three-point shot. Draper from behind the arc, my oh my, commits the foul on a three-point effort there by Griffith way out front. So Griffith to shoot. Draper with the foul. That's his second personal. Griffith spins the first one good to tie the basketball game at 46. Griffith for the second. And he missed on the second, but that was a three-point effort, so he's got one more coming. Tied at 46. The senior second free throw is good. Gives Clark Atlanta the lead. 47-46. .204 remains in the basketball game. Goins with it in the backcourt. Over to Seasbury. Now Pennington handles out front with 1:55 left. Tuskegee trailing by a point. In the corner now. Pennington doubled there. BA pushes across the floor. Seasbury, three-pointer in the corner. Spinner down and came out of there. Rebound, travel violation there on Fuller. Culpepper tying him up. Fuller went to the floor. They were asking. Minute 38 left. Basketball on the foul or the turnover. And the travel will be Tuskegee's basketball. 1:38 left. Tuskegee trailing 47-46. We'll take a break here on GTSN.
Hey, future business leader. Launch your success story at one of the nation's premier HBCUs. Learn cutting-edge practices and feed your entrepreneurial spirit. Tuskegee University. We get the business of business education.
A minute 38 remains here inside Chappie James. Right now, the Golden Tigers fighting from behind. They trail at 47-46 to the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Both teams averaging right at 69 points per ball game. So this score right now well below their season average. Tuskegee led by as many as 10 points in the second half. Certainly not because of the work they did early in the second half coming off of the break. But the Panthers have hung around and gotten themselves a lead with 1:38 left. So the basketball will belong to TU after the timeout. Culpepper to inbound it left of the cylinder. It's Culpepper, Draper, Seasbury, Goins, and Pennington on the floor. Culpepper trying to dump it inside if they can. Pushes the corner. Pennington tried to get the three ball. Got it inside Draper. Draper to the glass. Banked it home right side. Good work after the timeout. Credit Coach Benchy Taylor with that call from the sideline. They went right inside and got it to Draper for the basket. Tuskegee up by a point now with 1:20 remaining. Jones works it out top for CAU. He'll work off of a screen right side. He pushes in the corner. Three-point effort there. That one rattled and missed. Rebound. Pennington took it away. Here comes D.A. Middle of the floor. Right side, Seasbury. Now they'll set it up in a half-court set with 61 seconds left. Tuskegee just want to run this clock off and get a quality shot here with a basket. They lead by one. Right side, Seasbury. Kevin jumped out front by Perkins. Kevin accosted, and Fuller commits the foul. They were trying to switch off up front, and Fuller got some body on Kevin, and Kevin to the line to shoot. Tuskegee is going to have to hit these free throws down the stretch. Kevin's the team's leading free throw shooter. If you take a look at it here, Fuller trying to jump out, just kind of charging with his body, bumped into Seasbury. And Kevin with some important free throws in front of him with 47 seconds left. So Kevin at the line, 71% free throw shooter. He sinks the first one for Tuskegee. That'll give the Golden Tigers a 2-point lead now, 49-47. Seasbury for the second of two. The senior from Lithonia. Cox aims, fires, runs that one as well. Got them both from the line. Tuskegee up by 3 now with 47 seconds left. Full court pressure by the Golden Tigers. Perkins handles in the backcourt. Now slides across the timeline. Tuskegee sliding back into that zone defense. 36 seconds left. Panthers push it down in the corner on the move now. Euro step. Shot rejected by Draper. Yellowwood block at the block by Kasami Draper. Came out of nowhere and swatted it 2 rows deep here at Chappie. Draper on the inside. Backside anticipation. Perkins Euro step. Forget about it. Draper knocked it clear. Yellowwood block for Tuskegee with 28 seconds left. Timeout on the floor. 50-47, the Golden Tigers lead it, and what a defensive play there by Kevin Seasbury to knock that basketball free on the Yellowwood block shot inside. Tuskegee, we don't mind taking another look at that one. Inside play, Perkins thought he had a slice in there. You see him on the penetration, nice Euro step by him there, but Draper says no, 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 not here in Chappie James, and knocked it out of bounds on the Yellowwood block shot. So Tuskegee up now 50-47. And trying to hang on here, led by as many as 10 in this ball game. And seeing if they can't notch their 3rd conference win of the season. After the timeout, Panthers make it out onto the floor first. And the Golden Tigers around Coach Taylor, they are set to come out to finish this defensive stand. 11 to shoot now for Clark Atlanta. And just an incredible block inside by Kasami Draper. Panthers looking inbound and on the inside. They have to go out front instead. They got it to Fuller. Now under 9 to shoot. Jumper by Griffith. Off target, rebound, chased around Draper. Tried to save it. It went out of bounds before Kasami could touch it. And the basketball over to the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Jordan is saying that Alfred Jordan, the head coach, saying it was touched off of Tuskegee. And the officials now, Kevin Chambliss and Ken Washington down there. And now official Jackie Sanders trying to step in to see exactly what the status is. As you take a look at it here on the replay, Griffith missed on the 3-point shot. It touched off of Goins, I believe. Draper trying to save it. And we're going to take a look at this one. Jackie Sanders wants to take a look at it. Back it up. Stop there. All right, here. You see it again? And just at the point where it looks like Goins may have touched it. Say it again. Out of the game clock there under that anywhere. Don't have the shot. We don't have the clock. We didn't get the clock. He didn't have it. So it looks like the decision is the basketball was touched off of Goings going out of bounds. It'll belong to the Panthers with 21 seconds left in the ball game. Good denial on an entry pass there by Pennington. They'd have to hurry with it. Griffin caught it off balance. Now game clock and shot clock almost in sequence. Left side, Williams to the rack, challenged, but he got a spinner to fall on the left side. Bounce pass, almost taken away, and the basketball over to the Panthers. On the entry pass, Tuskegee trying to get it in traffic to Seasbury on a very tight defense underneath the basket. Tuskegee better advised there if they had to take a timeout to get the basketball in bounds. Instead, Goins trying to just press it there on a bounce pass to Seasbury at the base of the goal there for the Panthers. And they get an easy steal as a result. Trailing by one and a chance to win it here. Out front sliding left side Williams. Williams Euro step floater is good with 1.4 seconds left. Tuskegee. As we take a look at it on the replay, Coach Taylor now asking for them to take a look at the clock. Left side all the way through. Crawford tried to challenge, but the lay-in by Williams, he snuck it through left side to give the Panthers a lead here with 1.4 seconds remaining. So Tuskegee, I believe, will get the basketball at half court, and they will have to work some magic here against the Panthers, who pulled off some Houdini magic here late in this basketball game. Tuskegee led 50-47, but down on the entry pass, they were trying to get it back into play, and they threw it away up under the Panther bench. Panthers had already scored a field goal, and when they got to turnover, they took a lead, 51-50, after a careless pass trying to inbound it. Now with 1.4 remaining, the Golden Tigers will have to take it the length of the floor. So this is going to be tantamount to just about a catch and shoot here for Tuskegee. They may try to throw it down on the other end of the court to Draper and see if they can get something out of that. Yeah, they will. They're going to throw it down to the floor. Draper trying to grab it. It's loose, and that's the buzzer. The Panthers of Clark, Atlanta have come here and defeated the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee 51-50 in a ball game in which the Golden Tigers trailed at intermission, but they came back and led by as many as 10 in the second half, but just not able to hold on to that lead as the Panthers came roaring back here in the latter half of this basketball game to win it against the Golden Tigers. You take a look at that last play here inside Chappie James as Culpepper trying to get it down the floor. Knew that was coming. Tried to get it down there to Draper, and Draper was guarded by Fuller. And Fuller able to block it away, and the Panthers able to deny the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee here at Chappie James Arena as the Panthers win it 51-50 against the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. So Tuskegee now will fall to 3-5 on the season and 2-2 in SIAC play. And the Panthers of Clark, Atlanta on the road this afternoon. They increased their season mark to 4-4. And they go to 2-1 in SIAC play. We'll take a quick break here and come back to wrap things up here on GTSN. Back live here at GTSN, courtside here at Chappie James Arena. Golden Tigers of Tuskegee fall to the Panthers of Clark Atlanta in the waning minutes of this basketball game. Panthers win at 51-50 against Tuskegee. Golden Tigers in the ball game, 20 of 52 shooting in the contest at 39% overall, 5 of 18 from behind the arc, and this is really where the Golden Tigers lost this basketball game at the free throw line. Tuskegee 5 of 11, just 46% shooting from the free throw line, and the difference in a one-point ball game, you can point right there to that stat to see why the Panthers were able to win it. For the Panthers, they shot 17 of 43 from the floor at 40%, 2 of 15 from behind the arc, and the difference for them as it relates to that stat about free throws, they shot 79% from the floor, 15 of 19 in the ball game. Rebounding edge went to the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Beg your pardon, went to Tuskegee 33-32. Turnovers even at 17 each. Tuskegee led by as many as 9 points early in that second half at the 15:08 mark. Came into the second half trailing by a field goal, but able to rally and take the lead in the second half, but just not able to sustain and hold that. Had 5 lead changes in this ball game and 2 ties. Points from turnovers, Tuskegee 14 for Tuskegee, 24 for Clark Atlanta. Points in the paint, Tuskegee won that battle, 28-24. Second chance points, Tuskegee won that one as well, 14 second chance points compared to 8 for the Panthers. Fast break points, 11 for the Panthers, 9 for Tuskegee. And bench scoring, Tuskegee with 11, Panthers with 14. So the line for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, they fall 51-50 to the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. The Golden Tigers back in action next Friday night or Friday afternoon from the Virgin Islands when they will meet Clinton College, the Golden Bears of Clinton College in basketball action. And for the Panthers of Clark Atlanta, they're back in action next Saturday against the Marauders of Central State at home at Epps Gym. But tonight, or this afternoon, it's the Golden Tigers falling to the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Tuskegee now 3-5 on the season and 2-2 in the SIAC. And the Panthers now at an even 4-4 and 2-1 in conference play for them. Special thanks to President Dr. Mark Brown for joining us here for the basketball game this afternoon and his support for the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Athletics Director Reginald Ruffin, Deputy Director Deborah Rogers, Jordan Benson, our Sports Information Director. Congratulations again for Jordan and his marriage today. And to Nick Brown, our Game and Operations Manager. And to our wonderful crew covering this basketball this afternoon. The game here at Tuskegee. Eric Tabor directing our coverage. Phil Proctor handling our replays, and the camera crew of Nadir Bakari and Malachi Ards handling our cameras this afternoon. That'll do it for our coverage here from Chappie James Arena. Tuskegee not able to pull it out. They fall to the Panthers of Clark Atlanta 51-50. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Charles Ward saying thanks and have a wonderful remainder of your Saturday. This has been a production of the Golden Tiger Sports Network.